Now, Scotland is prepared for another pandemic. That's according to those who were at the forefront of guiding the country through the COVID-19 outbreak, but while giving evidence to a Holyrood committee. There was an admission that some issues with sharing data across the four nations of the UK and the world still need to be addressed. Oliver Wright reports.
Stay at home. That is the clear message I gave yesterday, and I am reinforcing that message now.
5 years ago, this was the new normal. The nation was plunged into lockdown as Scotland tried to stop the spread of coronavirus and the NHS from becoming overwhelmed. Today at Holyrood, those in charge of coordinating the country's response were giving evidence on how prepared we are for another pandemic.
And we have 12 weeks of stock, which is comparable to peak usage over at the point of the pandemic. So that exists just now in Scotland just now, and distribution mechanisms for that have all been developed. And we've got the capacity to be able to double our ICU capacity if that was necessary.
One of the issues during the COVID-19 pandemic was a lack of sharing data between the UK's four nations. And that's an issue that those at the hearing today say needs to be fixed.
There were points during that pandemic response when data was not directly comparable across the four nations because either definitions were used in a slightly different way or the data was collected in a slightly different way.
While some countries opted not to take stringent lockdown measures, others, like Scotland, did. That isn't a measure that's being ruled out if another pandemic hits.
The future use of social restrictions, I don't have an answer as to when you would wish to use them because it's a political question. And I think the best you can say is once you've understood the threat your society is facing, once you've characterised the severity of the disease, the profile of that, then you can begin to try and offer an analysis across the different considerations.
Some are still living with the impact from COVID, and some of our public services continue to recover. But the warning is, while recovery is important, the focus must also be on helping the country to prepare for what might come next. Oliver Wright, STV News.